So we'll get into real estate investing and technology and platforms. I thought you had a really interesting background. So maybe to set the stage for the benefit of our audience is if you could tell us about maybe your early career, including your first go at being a CEO and founder.
Sure. It can take you for kind of a walk through my career journey so far. And if there's areas that you'd like to kind of drill into, happy to do that as well. Coming out of undergrad, I went to work for a large real estate private equity firm that was a large distressed firm at the time and was an analyst on the team there. And that's really where I kind of first got exposed to how large scale private equity firms manage data and exposure to property transactions. I ended up moving over to a hedge fund doing pretty similar work. And the hedge fund was a long-short strategy focused on the technology sector. And so we would see a lot of venture deal flow through the office and meet entrepreneurs that were pitching business plans. And very organically, I ended up kind of pitching an idea, which we incubated at the hedge fund and eventually spun out and built an engineering team in Dallas, and then eventually moved it out to the Bay Area. So that was this kind of like unplanned change from starting a career in real estate finance, moving into software development, and had some wild and crazy adventures with that first company, which we can talk more about. Ultimately ended up selling the business and going into a role at what started as a small social gaming company and kind of went through hyper growth to become a very large and public company from there. And that kind of, was building this new career track in growing venture-backed software companies. And interestingly, former colleagues and friends from real estate continued to kind of persistently ask for tools and solutions for some of their needs. And that's really what led us to founding Dealpath. We founded the company more than 12 years ago, back in 2014, and have been methodically building out the business ever since. But when I look back at my career track, I always think it's interesting how things kind of came together, and not exactly how I planned, but thrilled the way that it has progressed. And so again, kind of starting in real estate finance, moving into software development, now building software for real estate makes a lot of sense. And we're really excited about the opportunities ahead.
We've spoken with other entrepreneurs in, I guess, the space of real estate and technology, certain other platforms, investment platforms. One, I think CrowdStreet, another one, Juniper Square. There's probably some nuanced differences between what Dealpath does and some of these other players. Maybe if you could explain a little bit about this space of real estate tech and where you fit in there.
Yes, and those are some great companies and entrepreneurs that you mentioned, and so thrilled to be associated with them. It's interesting. Real estate is the largest asset class in the world, and it's been around forever. So I would say it's the oldest asset class in the world as well. However, for some good reasons, real estate has really been underserved by technology and software, and is often identified as kind of a laggard in technology adoption. We can talk about some of the causes of that. There's been some, important evolutions and changes in real estate, and really causing it to become institutionalized as a global asset class over recent decades. And some of that structural change has led to more and more opportunities to be able to leverage technology. So back in 2014, 2015, when we were first starting the company, we saw that there was kind of a handful of large incumbents in the software services space. Everybody used things like CoStar for data and Argus for valuation and Yardi or MRI or RealPage for property accounting. And those companies were really successful and had built their businesses, over decades. However, there wasn't a lot of innovation happening in the space. And these changes that I had referenced were kind of a catalyst for new investment and development in new solutions. And so we embarked on this time period of prop tech and saw, billions of dollars of venture capital, hundreds and thousands of point solutions, that have kind of come to market over the past 8 or 10 years, which has been a really exciting time period. And then kind of turning into the maturing of that and consolidation within it, where there are some new vendors that have gotten traction and are providing real value, really kind of achieving escape velocity. Others that, really belong as features of other companies, or, ultimately didn't or aren't going to make it. So we've seen this kind of big change in real estate software services, and a period of time when it's been called prop tech, and now real estate just being AI and tech enabled, which is really, really neat to see. Most recently, over the past 2 or 3 years, the progress and development with AI is astonishing, and seeing how that is being adopted and utilized in real estate is really impressive, where it took decades for real estate to become cloud enabled. And over the past 12 months, we see pretty much every real estate company with dedicated budget, dedicated strategies, and deploying and utilizing AI tools. So a really important time in the industry, and we're thrilled to get to be a part of it. Maybe zooming in on Dealpath's business, we are identified as the category creator and leading investment platform for real estate investment management. We support clients who are deploying capital into real estate transactions. That might be, real estate private equity firms, public or private real estate investment trusts, banks, life insurance companies, and specialty lenders. These are teams that are working on acquisitions and dispositions, development projects, and the financing of those things. And Dealpath's goal is really to help automate and systematize the full life cycle of real estate investing, helping them to create a conveyor belt for deals. So being able to centralize data into one place and having the configurable workflows to be able to work effectively both internally and externally, all with the data security and controls that leading institutions require. Today, we're very proud to support more than 300 institutional clients and more than $10 trillion in transactions, and have so much work ahead. But let me take a pause there and see if there's areas that you'd like to dig into more.
Yeah, we always like to get a sense for where an entrepreneur or executive is in the life cycle of the company, and sometimes that's indicated by, revenue. Sometimes it's indicated by adoption in the market. You referenced the 300, clients you have. Maybe just tell us a little bit about where you feel you are in terms of market adoption.
I think that we've proven that there's a big underserved market here that needs purpose-built solutions. And we feel like we've proven that we have the best product in the market, and that we have good access to capital. So all things points to go, 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 build, build, build. And that's really what we're doing, is focused on our organic growth of building out towards our vision. So when we think about kind of where we are in our own kind of company life cycle, our broader vision is that, we see and believe that there will be an integrated AI-powered digital platform that powers the full life cycle of real assets investment management. And our approach was to first start on solving for the institutional buy side, which we saw as the most underserved segment in that market, and building out the deal and portfolio management solutions to be able to support those clients, creating a foundational data structure, and helping to standardize some of the workflows. And we're making great progress there. So with those clients and those transactions that we've supported, we feel like we've got strong validation, and have achieved a critical mass with a lot more to go. With that kind of foundation in place, we've kind of stepped into the second phase of our vision, which is really the connected data and being able to provide a sell-side experience to inject opportunities from the sell side directly into these buy-side clients and support the collaboration between and among them. Late last year, we announced a new product capability called Dealpath Connect, and we're directly integrated with the largest brokerage firms in the world, including CBRE and JLL, to be able to bring those listing opportunities directly into the pipelines of these institutional buy-side clients. we're really excited about the opportunities that are in front of us here with that connected data and sell side experience. We believe that will continue to evolve and grow into a third phase, which is really, delivering on having a fully integrated transaction platform and ecosystem that supports the full life cycle of these investments. Now, underlying those three phases, and something that is well in flight and very important right now, is that those capabilities are all built on a foundation of artificial intelligence and business process automation, being able to easily ingest data from the documents and places that people have access to it, be able to automatically generate some of the documents and reports that people need in their analysis and process, and to be able to detect anomalies in the data that people have and recommend some of the comps and information that people should be looking at and considering, as well as, really starting to automate the workflows and actions. And this is where some of the new hotness in agentic AI is so relevant for our business. But that's kind of where we're working towards. And so while we've made great progress over the past 12 years, we do believe that it's really kind of early innings, and we're stepping into this next phase of growth that is really important for our business, but candidly, really exciting for our industry.
Mm-hmm. And you have a wonderful set of investors. They're well-known folks, some more directly tied to real estate. Can you tell us a little bit about the value that they've brought to your company, aside from the financial capital?
Yes, and we have been fortunate to be well capitalized by fantastic partners, and we have very intentionally combined in each of our fundraising rounds both traditional Silicon Valley-based venture capital with strategic real estate industry operators. So most recently, we raised a Series C round that was led by Morgan Stanley. Alongside them, Blackstone, JLL, NASDAQ, 8VC, and Green Soil are some of our other great partners that we're thrilled to work with. And the reason for intentionally combining the kind of traditional Silicon Valley-based venture capital with the strategic real estate industry operators is we believe that they bring different and very complementary benefits. So for some of the venture investors, they have so much pattern recognition with early stage company growth, building out product development and go-to-market teams, building companies in the places that we're growing ours. And they really have genuinely helped quite a bit there. And then, we are vertically focused and are purpose-built for real estate investment management. And so being able to really be deeply ingrained in that industry, be able to understand the needs of these clients, be able to, have the credibility to be able to support these important institutional investors is critical for us. So that's been a really good combination, and we expect to continue it.
Fantastic. What's instrumental to being able to build a great company is the team that surrounds you. Can you tell us a little bit about your team composition and maybe what you look for as you build out your company, what you look for in talent?
Yes, that is, our number one company value is that our people make us great, and we really believe that. I co-founded Dealpath with Kenter Wu and Andy Lee. The three of us had worked previously at a company called Zynga, and most of the first 10 people at our company were all direct network. And being able to work with people that like, and trust is really efficient and effective. And so I think that, building a strong network and continuing to have opportunities to work with people that you have previously has certainly served us well, and something that we want to continue and perpetuate. We've now built and grown a team to, over 100 professionals, and are co-headquartered in San Francisco and New York City. We also have offices in Toronto and Austin. And as we've, continued to build and grow this team, there's a couple of elements that we think are really important that kind of boil down to smarts and hearts. And so, we want to work with the best people, people who are smart, who are self-motivated, who work hard. And on the other side, people who really care about their work, and are highly trustworthy, and are people that you want to, go to work with every day. And so I think that as we look at our team today, we've done a really nice job of accomplishing that, and important that we continue to as we continue to build out the business.